Take a load off your feet.
Beautiful day, all the rain is gone.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
Okay.
I'd like to introduce you to the Waukegan Censorship Committee members who are reviewing movies that will be shown, hopefully, in Waukegan.
Well, thank you everybody for coming today. I'm Ruth Hall, PTA chairwoman of Greenwood School. I am going to introduce and do roll call right now. Daughters of the American Revolution. League of Women Voters.
Esther Howard here.
American Legion Auxiliary. Catholic Church.
Reverend Francis J. Shea here.
Jewish Church. Police Chief.
William B. Blaylock here.
And myself, PTA President Greenwood School, Ruth Hall. Our agenda today is to discuss 3 movies to be shown in Waukegan in the 1930s. They are Red Dust, 1932, Tarzan and His Mate, 1934, and Gone with the Wind, 1939. And I will introduce you to Father Shea, your first speaker.
Thank you, Ruth. Before I talk about the movie, I want to explain the reason why I'm here and part of this group. My predecessor, Father Gavin, ministered to the Catholics at Waukegan for 55 years, from 1871 all the way to 1926. And during his pastorate, he never came out in public and spoke about many issues. His job was with his flock and with his parish. However, prior to his retirement in 1926, he is quoted in an article saying that it would be far better for a man in this town to own a saloon than to own a movie house.
Oh, man.
He felt movies were nothing but corruption. And because of that is why I'm on this board. Out of respect for him and my parishioners in my church, I am here today to look at these movies and to see if they are things that will corrupt our youth. The first movie we're talking about is Red Dust, correct?
Right.
And that movie is about mining rubber in a plantation in Indochina. And of course, Clark Gable, he is the star of that movie. Why Jean Harlow's in there, I'll never know, other than the fact that she's a prostitute that's on the run from the law.
You know, there's this one scene that I just can't get out of my mind. Jean Harlow was outside bathing. I mean, she was actually outside bathing in a barrel. And there's Clark Gable. He's standing right next to her. And I can't figure out, was he just watching? Or was he really helping her?
I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm glad you mentioned that. I was going to mention that, but I have another one. The infidelity between Mary and Jean and Mr. Gable is totally unacceptable. Infidelity in a movie.
That's right. Infidelity. We're going to move on to the next
Yes,
one.
please do. Please do.
Tarzan and His Mate.
Tarzan and His Mate is a movie based on explorers with the native help to obtain ivy. Of course, one of the explorers shoots Tarzan. Totally violent. But don't worry, Tarzan was recovered. His chimpanzees helped him out. The other scene is just unbelievable. Maureen Sullivan swimming nude underwater. The explicit scene goes on for several minutes, even though it seemed like 10 minutes. Totally naked, revealing all aspects of her body. If we don't control nudity now in films, what's going to happen at the end of the century?
Really, what was the point of having a scene that lasted that long?
I don't know.
That much nudity?
Yeah.
What was the point? You know, our children are going to look at a movie like Tarzan and Its Mate, and I think they're going to equate it with the Garden of Eden. And before you know it, they're going to think Adam and Eve were swinging from the trees. It's deplorable.
You're right. They will think that. You know, the name of this movie is Tarzan and His Mate. They live in a treehouse, and there's how many scenes of them living in this treehouse? But they never once had any mention of them being married.
No, they weren't married.
I just don't understand.
And in the first minute of the movie, all these women hanging down to their waist.
Oh, yes.
And
Yes.
the vulgarity was just something.
Yeah.
We will be voting on this soon.
Yes, definitely.
All right. Our next movie is Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind is a movie set during the Civil War, and it follows the main character's romance throughout the war. But there are so many scenes of undue undressing, and I just don't understand what it added to the film. And then, I just couldn't watch it all. I believe it's just 4 hours of trash.
You're right, you're right. There are many scenes of Scarlett O'Hara flirting with Ashley, her cousin's husband. Flirting in a movie. The only touching scene between Scarlett and Rhett was their love and unity towards their daughter when she wanted to ride a horse and jump over her fence, and her intoxicated parents kept saying, "No, honey, don't. We please you, don't." They were pleading and begging her, "Don't." But she got on that horse and she said, "Daddy and Mommy, I'm going to do it anyway." And she jumped over that fence, and the horse tripped over the fence, and she fell to her death. And that comment at the end of the movie, frankly, I don't give a, I can't say it, profanity.
Well, again, here's another movie with Clark Gable in it, and what is he doing? He's bound and determined to salute Vivian Leigh, and he accomplishes that fact in the movie. There is no reason for such things in movies for our young people to see. It just corrupts their mind.
But you know,
You're right.
times are changing. We have to keep up with the times and looking at these movies. So, you know, I have to say, if the public's willing to pay 25 cents and waste 4 hours of their time, then I think maybe we should allow the movie to be shown.
And you called it rubbish.
Yeah, you call it rubbish.
I know, but there's still, we have to get with times. We can't be too old-fashioned.
Okay, now we are going to vote on these movies. Red Dust.
Get it out of there.
Definitely no.
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 No. I refuse.
Tarzan and his mate.
No.
No, no, no.
No.
That example.
Gone with the Wind. No.
No.
I think I'm going to say yes on this one.
The Rubbish Girl is back.
You know, folks.
Give it some more thought.
All right. And this is the end.
Despite
Thank you for coming.
it all, despite it all, I think we'll be outnumbered on this one.
That's right. Thank you so much for coming. Have a good day.
Thank you, Censorship Committee. Even though the Censorship Board agreed that certain movies should not be shown in Waukegan, some of them slipped by and they were shown anyway. Currently, there are still censorship issues with TV, movies, and now the internet.